welcome back aboard the Cruiser Olympia here at Independence Seaport Museum. My name is Kevin, and today we're going to be talking about the ship's ammunition storage, or otherwise known as the ship's magazines. Right here is one of Olympia's 5-inch 51 guns, a type of weapon that was outfitted to the ship in World War I. This type of weapon was used specifically to sink other ships. A 5-inch gun uses a 5-inch diameter projectile like the one I'm holding right now. It's essentially a large bullet. You would insert it through the back here, and to launch that projectile you also had a 25-pound powder charge. It was a silk-covered charge with 25 pounds of explosive powder inside. That would be inserted right afterwards. They could load and fire this gun 9 times per minute at a high rate of speed, and so you'd be consuming tons and tons of ammunition when firing a whole battery of 10 of these guns. So the question becomes, where did all this ammunition come from, and where was it stored? Who handled loading and firing these weapons? A team of crew members called the Powder Division would work in spaces like this one. The Powder Division was a complement of the crew, about 100 to 150 guys, that would be in charge of moving and upkeeping all the ammunition on board ship. So their main responsibility was to take the ammunition, the powder and the bullets, the projectiles, and deliver it in some means up to the guns on the gun deck. When Olympia was first commissioned, she had a whole lot of magazines on board. She had magazines for every single type of weapon that they were carrying, the 8-inch guns, the 5-inch guns, 6-pounders, 1-pounders, and even a magazine for the small arms ammunition for rifles and pistols. Because of this, it was very hard to maintain these spaces because there were so many of them. In World War I, they actually unified all those spaces into 3 major compartments. We're in the aftermost magazine right now, which held mostly 5-inch powder. These magazine spaces were designed to be as low as possible in the ship. You need to protect ammunition, because it's very explosive, from enemy gunfire, and the best way to do that is to put it as low in the vessel as possible. So we are in the lowest possible space you can get on Olympia. To fit the amount of ammunition that you needed on the ship, you actually had to basically fill up these spaces with powder cases or with shell. In order to do so, there are actually racks on the deck here that would have extensions on them, basically many different platforms, so you can shove as much ammunition all on top of itself as possible up to the overhead, really, to the top of this space, with a very narrow passageway for inspecting the ammunition. In the center here is the bottom of an ammunition hoist, which we'll discuss in a little bit, and around it you can see this textured, kind of glossy surface. This is actually about 4 inches of cork, and that cork helps insulate the space. There's a lot of heat sources on a ship like Olympia. You have the steam engines right nearby, you have coal burning in boiler rooms, and so you want to insulate these spaces so that they're always about the same temperature, and also so that the powder will stay nice and dry and not get wet, which would make it unusable. Back up on the gun deck where the 5-inch battery is, there's these ammunition hoists that are scattered throughout the deck. Inside here you'd be receiving the shell and powder from the magazines using a chain drive that you can see right inside there that has little elevator feet on it that would pick up the ammunition from down below and pop it out on this deck. You'd have powdermen and shellmen running back and forth, grabbing ammunition out of these cases as it came up and delivering it to each gun as the ammunition is being expended. This is very efficient, and a lot of this design came from the 1890s. It was state-of-the-art when the ship was put into service. Thank you for joining me today on a brief tour of the magazines on the Cruiser Olympia. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them for us. And until next time, take care.